Imagine this with me for a moment. You're standing in your kitchen one morning. The sun is streaming through the window, and you're holding a carton of eggs. For years, you've been told that eggs are the gold standard for building strength, that they are nature's perfect protein. Maybe you scramble them, maybe you boil them, maybe you enjoy them sunny side up. But lately, you've noticed something unsettling. Even though you're eating your eggs, even though you're trying to stay active, your muscles don't feel the same. Getting out of your favorite armchair feels heavier than it once did. Climbing a single flight of stairs makes your thighs burn and your knees wobble. Lifting a grocery bag from the trunk of your car feels like it takes more effort than it used to. What's happening here? You're doing your best. You're making the right choices, and yet your body seems to be quietly slipping away from you. This is the reality for millions of people after the age of 60. Muscle, the very tissue that allows us to stand tall, move freely, and live independently, begins to shrink at an alarming rate. Scientists have a name for this: sarcopenia. And if you've ever wondered why some seniors suddenly go from active and vibrant to frail and unsteady, this is the reason. The truth is, after 60, we lose about 1% of our muscle every year unless we take action. And losing muscle is not just about looking weaker. It's about losing the very independence that makes life worth living. Think about it. Muscle is what allows you to walk across the room to hug your grandchild. It's what helps you keep your balance when the sidewalk is uneven. It's what lets you carry your groceries, open a jar, and even simply stand up from a chair without needing help. Muscle is your foundation, your armor, your greatest ally against aging. Without it, everything feels harder. Without it, even simple tasks can become dangerous. Falls, fractures, hospital visits. These are not just statistics. They are life-changing events that steal freedom and dignity. Now here's the shocking part. Many seniors, perhaps you included, have been told for decades that the answer is to eat more eggs. Eggs are packed with protein. Yes, they contain all the essential amino acids our muscles need. But here's what most people don't realize. Eggs alone are not enough to stop muscle loss after 60. In fact, when compared to other sources of protein, eggs may not even be the most powerful option. This is where today's discovery becomes life-changing. Because there exists a humble bean, an ingredient so ordinary you may have walked past it in the grocery aisle without giving it a second thought, that actually builds muscle more effectively than eggs for people over 60. A food that nourishes your muscles, improves your balance, protects your independence, and fuels your energy in a way that is backed by science. A food that has been quietly overlooked, even though it has the power to change the way we age. Before I reveal it, let me share something with you. Not long ago, I met a gentleman named Harold. He was 72, a retired teacher who came to me with a concern. He said, "Doctor, I eat eggs every morning. I walk every day. But I still feel myself getting weaker. My arms feel like they've lost their power. My legs don't carry me the way they used to. I'm afraid of becoming dependent on others." What Harold didn't realize is that his experience is incredibly common. Eggs gave him some protein, yes, but they didn't give his muscles everything they needed to truly thrive at his age. When he made a simple change, when he began including this humble bean in his meals, something remarkable happened. Within weeks, he felt steadier. He could rise from his chair without using the armrests. He noticed his legs felt firmer. His energy returned. And most importantly, he regained confidence. That's the moment I realized more people need to hear this. Because after 60, strength is not just about vanity or fitness. It's about independence. It's about dignity. It's about living the life you love without fear of decline. And the truth is, the foods we choose can either accelerate our muscle loss, or they can give us the building blocks to remain strong and vibrant well into our 70s, 80s, and beyond. So today I want to take you on a journey into the science of muscle, the limits of eggs, and the surprising power of this one humble bean that works better than eggs when it comes to protecting and rebuilding muscle after 60. Because if you've ever worried about losing your strength, about becoming a burden, about missing out on the joys of life because your body can keep up, this knowledge could change everything. Let's step back for a moment and look at what's really happening inside the body after 60. Imagine your muscles as a bank account. All through your younger years, you've been making deposits. Every time you moved, every time you walked, carried groceries, climbed stairs, or enjoyed a healthy meal rich in protein, you were adding to that account. Your muscles were strong because you had more deposits than withdrawals. But something changes as we age. After 60, the withdrawals from your muscle account start to outpace the deposits. This is sarcopenia, the medical word for age-related muscle loss. At first, it's almost invisible. You may notice you, Dan T, feel quite as strong when you stand up from a low seat. You may find carrying that same grocery bag feels heavier than it did a few years ago, but over time, the effect snowballs. You can lose as much as 30% of your muscle mass between the ages of 60 and 80 if you Dan T intervene. 30%. That's like having your savings drained without you even noticing until it's nearly gone. Why does this happen? Part of it is biology. As we age, our hormones that support muscle health, like testosterone, estrogen, and growth hormone, begin to decline. That means the signals telling our muscles to grow and repair get weaker. Another part of it is nutrition. Even if you eat the same foods you always did, your body doesn't process protein the same way anymore. It's as if the locks on your muscles' doors have changed, and it now takes a bigger key, more and better quality protein to unlock growth. And finally, there's activity. When we're young, small movements are enough to stimulate muscle. But as we age, we need a little more targeted effort. If we don't give our muscles that stimulus, they interpret it as, well, I'm not needed anymore, and they start to fade away. But here's the part most people miss. Sarcopenia is not just about weakness, it's about survival. Muscle is your armor against aging. Cush protects your bones, cushions your joints, and helps your body regulate blood sugar. Hey, did you know that when you have more muscle, your risk of type 2 diabetes drops dramatically? Or that people with stronger muscles recover faster from illness and surgery? In fact, muscle strength is one of the strongest predictors of longevity we have. That's right. Your grip strength, the simple ability to squeeze someone's hand firmly, can actually predict how long you'll live. And here's something even more startling. Muscle loss doesn't just lead to weakness. It can directly increase your risk of falling, and falls are the #1 cause of injury in older adults. A broken hip at 70 can mean the difference between living independently at home or needing long-term care. I have seen too many patients go from thriving to bedridden, simply because they lost the muscle to catch themselves when life threw them off balance. This is why protecting your muscles is not optional. It is essential. It is the difference between aging gracefully and aging fearfully, between walking into your grandchild's graduation or watching from a wheelchair, between living with independence or relying on others for even the smallest tasks. Now, this is where nutrition becomes a game changer. Because your muscles don't just need calories. They don't just need protein in the general sense. They need the right kinds of amino acids, the building blocks of protein, delivered in the right way. And this is where eggs, while good, often fall short for seniors. Eggs are rich in protein, yes, but the way our aging muscles process that protein is not as efficient. In fact, research shows that older adults often need 20 to 40 grams of high-quality protein in one sitting to fully stimulate muscle growth, much more than what a couple of eggs can provide. So, what do we do? Do we eat a mountain of eggs every morning? Of course not. That's neither practical nor healthy. Instead, we need to look at foods that deliver protein more efficiently for aging muscles. Foods that not only provide the essential amino acids, but also contain compounds that help the body absorb and use them better. foods that give us more muscle power per bite. And this is where the humble bean comes in. In a moment, I'm going to introduce you to this overlooked bean. A bean that has been quietly studied by scientists, praised in nutrition journals, and shown to rebuild its muscle more effectively than eggs for people over 60. But before I do, I want you to sit with this one thought. Losing muscle is not inevitable. It is not your destiny. Science has proven again and again that with the right nutrition, the right choices, you can stop muscle loss in its tracks. You can even rebuild what you've lost. You can add deposits back into your muscle bank account, even after 60, 70, or 80. And that means it's not too late. It's never too late. So what is this humble bean I've been hinting at? It's not exotic. It's not expensive. It's one of the most accessible foods on Earth, eaten for centuries in Asia, Africa, and the Mediterranean. This bean is the soybean. Now I know what you might be thinking. Soy has been surrounded by confusion and myths. Some people hear soy and immediately think of processed soy products or even misinformation about hormones. But let's put the myths aside and look at the science. Whole soybeans, in their natural forms, edamame, tofu, tempeh, soy milk, are nutritional powerhouses. And for seniors over 60, soy protein can actually outperform eggs in rebuilding muscle. Let me explain why. Proteins are made of amino acids, the building blocks your muscles need to grow and repair. Among these, one stands out as the master switch for muscle growth. Leucine. Think of leucine as the spark plug in an engine. Without it, your muscles can't switch on the growth process. Eggs do contain leucine, but soy contains it in a form and balance that older muscles respond to more efficiently. Studies comparing egg protein and soy protein have shown something remarkable. In younger adults, both proteins stimulate muscle growth fairly equally. But in older adults, soy seems to have an edge. Why? Because soy doesn't just deliver leucine. It delivers it along with other compounds, like isoflavones, that improve blood flow to muscles and enhance the way your cells use protein. Imagine not just giving your body the building blocks, but also handing it the tools to assemble them faster and better. That's what soy does. And here's another hidden advantage. Soy protein is plant-based. That means it comes without the cholesterol that eggs contain. For seniors worried about heart disease, that matters. Heart health and muscle health are linked, and soy nourishes both at the same time. Research published in the Journal of the American Heart Association shows that regular soy consumption lowers LDL cholesterol, the so-called bad cholesterol, while supporting healthy blood pressure. So when you eat soy, you're not just feeding your muscles, you're also protecting your arteries, your heart, and even your brain. Now let's talk about real-world results. In clinical trials, older men and women who added soy protein to their diets were able to build lean muscle, maintain bone density, and improve strength, even without drastic changes to their exercise routines. That's extraordinary, because it means that even if you're not hitting the gym every day, you can still make progress. Soy helps your body use every ounce of effort more effectively. But there's something even more inspiring. In cultures where soy is eaten daily, Japan, for example, seniors not only live longer, they live stronger. They walk more easily into their 90s. They maintain their independence, and they avoid the steep muscle decline so often seen in the West. This isn't coincidence. It's diet. It's the quiet power of soy, showing up every single day in small, consistent amounts. Let's bring this back to you. If you're over 60 and wondering how to keep your muscles strong without relying on eggs at every meal, soy is your answer. A bowl of steamed edamame in the afternoon. A glass of soy milk with breakfast. Stir-fry with tofu at dinner. Each of these choices deposits protein into your muscle bank account in a way that your body can actually use. And unlike supplements or powders, these are whole foods. Foods that come with fiber, vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants that protect your body from aging at every level. Here's the key point. Your body is not limited by your age. It's limited by your inputs. If you feed it the right proteins, if you give it the right sparks like soy, it will respond. It will adapt. It will grow stronger, even when you thought it couldn't. So the next time someone tells you that eggs are the best protein for building muscle, you'll know the truth. Eggs are good, but they're not the only choice. And for seniors over 60, they may not even be the best choice. The humble soybean. This simple, affordable, overlooked bean is a quiet, muscle-building powerhouse. And science shows it can help you stay strong, independent, and resilient as you age. Now, it's one thing to know that soy can help protect and rebuild your muscles after 60. But it's another thing to bring that science into your daily life. Because the truth is, knowledge without action doesn't change your health. Action does. And that action often starts in the kitchen, with the simple choices you make at each meal. The beauty of soy is its versatility. It doesn't ask you to change your entire diet or give up the foods you love. Instead, it slips seamlessly into your daily routine. Think of soy as a quiet partner in your meals, amplifying your strength while working in harmony with the foods already on your plate. Let's start with the morning. For many people, breakfast sets the tone for the whole day. Instead of a heavy, greasy meal that weighs you down, imagine starting with a glass of unsweetened soy milk. Pour it over oatmeal, blend it into a smoothie with berries and spinach, or simply sip it alongside whole grain toast. Right there, you've given your muscles a complete set of amino acids, fuel they'll use throughout the day to repair and grow. Now, let's move into the afternoon. This is often the time when energy dips, when seniors may feel sluggish or tempted to reach for something sweet. Here's where soy can shine. A small bowl of steamed edamame, sprinkled lightly with sea salt or a squeeze of lemon. It's not only delicious, it's a protein-rich snack that wakes up your metabolism. It keeps your blood sugar steady, your mind sharp, and your muscles well-fed. It's the kind of snack that satisfies without weighing you down. And dinner, the meal that often brings families together. Soy can transform into almost anything on your plate. Tofu, for example, is like a blank canvas. It absorbs the flavors of garlic, ginger, herbs, or sauces, creating dishes that are savory, satisfying, and deeply nourishing. Pan-seared tofu cubes tossed into a stir-fry with colorful vegetables. Tempeh marinated and grilled, adding a hearty texture to salads or grain bowls, or even miso soup. That simple, comforting broth from Japan, made with fermented soy, which brings not just protein, but also probiotics to strengthen your gut health. But maybe you're wondering, how much soy do you actually need? The answer may surprise you. You don't need mountains of it. Studies show that just 1 to 2 servings a day is enough to provide real benefits for muscle, heart, and bone health. 1 serving could be a cup of soy milk, half a cup of tofu, small handful of edamame. That's it. Simple, small steps that, when repeated day after day, add up to profound changes in your body. And here's what's inspiring. Soy doesn't just work in isolation. It works with the rest of your diet. Pair soy with whole grains like brown rice or quinoa, and you create a complete protein package that rivals and even surpasses animal protein. Pair it with leafy greens, and you double the nutrient density of your meal. Soy becomes part of a symphony of foods that together fight inflammation, lower cholesterol, protect your blood vessels, and keep your muscles resilient. But I want to make one thing very clear. Eating soy is not about becoming someone else. It's not about turning your diet upside down or giving up traditions. It's about adding, not subtracting. Adding strength, adding resilience, adding years of independence to your life. Soy is not a fad. It's a foundation, one that cultures around the world have trusted for generations, and one that science now proves to be especially powerful for seniors. Think of your daily meals as opportunities. Every breakfast, every lunch, every dinner is a chance to invest in your muscles, your heart, your brain, and your future. Every bite of soy is a small deposit into your body's health savings account, one that pays dividends not just tomorrow, but in the decades ahead. Now that we've seen how soy can be woven into everyday meals, let's look deeper at why this humble bean is so extraordinary, not just as a source of protein, but as a powerhouse uniquely suited to rebuilding muscle after 60. To understand this, we need to look at how the body processes protein. When you eat protein, whether it's from meat, dairy, eggs, or plants, your digestive system breaks it down into amino acids, the building blocks your body uses to repair and build muscle. But here's the fascinating part. Not all proteins are created equal. Some proteins are missing key amino acids, meaning your body can't fully use them to build muscle. Others are complete, but come bundled with unhealthy baggage like saturated fat or cholesterol. Soy is different. Provides a complete set of amino acids, just like meat or eggs, but without the drawbacks. More importantly, soy contains one particular amino acid that seniors desperately need. Leucine. Leucine is the spark plug of muscle growth. It tells your body, now is the time to build. Now is the time to repair. Without enough leucine, muscles can't respond as strongly to protein, and recovery slows down. After 60, the body's sensitivity to leucine declines, which is why older adults often need a higher quality source of protein to maintain the same muscle response as someone younger. And soy delivers exactly that. But soy doesn't stop at amino acids. Contains compounds called isoflavones, natural plant molecules that mimic some of the effects of estrogen in the body. Now, why is this important? Because estrogen is not just a hormone involved in reproduction. It also plays a key role in maintaining bone and muscle. As we age, estrogen levels drop, which accelerates muscle loss and weakens bones. Isoflavones gently step in, helping preserve both bone density and muscle strength, offering seniors a natural ally where biology begins to decline. Let's take this one step further. When scientists compare soy protein to animal protein in clinical studies, the results are striking. In one landmark trial, older adults who replaced some of their animal protein with soy not only preserved muscle mass better, but they also improved blood cholesterol, lowered inflammation, and reduced risk factors for heart disease. In other words, soy worked as a multitasker. It wasn't just helping muscles, it was protecting the entire cardiovascular system. That's a powerful advantage, because your muscles don't exist in isolation. They depend on healthy circulation, strong blood vessels, and a well-nourished heart to function. And here's something else remarkable. Animal protein often comes with acid-forming byproducts when digested. Over time, this acidic environment can actually leach minerals like calcium from your bones, subtly weakening your skeletal structure. Soy protein, on the other hand, produces far fewer acid byproducts. In fact, it's considered alkalizing, meaning it helps maintain a healthier internal balance that preserves both bones and muscles. Imagine that. A protein that strengthens without taking anything away. Now, some people may wonder, but isn't soy weaker than animal protein? This is where the data gets very clear. Gram for gram. Soy protein is as effective, and sometimes even more effective, in stimulating muscle protein synthesis in older adults than whey or casein, the proteins found in milk. And when paired with exercise, the results are amplified even further. Seniors consuming soy protein after resistance training build lean muscle mass and improve strength faster than those who rely solely on animal protein. But let's go even deeper, into the microscopic world of how muscles regenerate. Inside your muscle fibers are satellite cells, special cells that act like a repair crew, springing into action when muscles are damaged or stressed. These cells need both signals and raw materials to do their job. Soy provides both. The leucine and amino acids serve as the raw materials, while the isoflavones act like gentle signals, activating cellular pathways that keep satellite cells active and efficient, even as the aging process tries to slow them down. It's as if soy is speaking the language of your body, saying, "Don't give up, keep building, keep renewing." And the body listens. And the benefits don't stop with muscle. Soy protein is deeply tied to improved blood flow. Studies show that soy can increase nitric oxide production, which relaxes blood vessels and improves circulation. For seniors, better circulation means muscles get more oxygen and nutrients with every heartbeat, fueling strength and endurance. It also means faster recovery after activity, less soreness, and more energy to do the things you love. So when we compare soy to eggs, the difference becomes clear. Eggs are good. They provide protein, yes, and they're familiar, affordable, and versatile. But soy is exceptional. It provides protein, plus isoflavones, plus heart protection, plus circulation benefits, plus bone support. It's a whole-body solution wrapped up in one simple bean. This is why I call soy a muscle-building powerhouse after 60. It's not just about adding grams of protein to your diet. It's about choosing a food that works with your biology, your age, and your future. Soy isn't just feeding your muscles. It's feeding your longevity. So here's what I want you to take away. After 60, your body is speaking to you in quiet ways. It's telling you it needs more care, more nourishment, more of the right building blocks to stay strong, mobile, and independent. Many people believe the only way to do that is with meat or eggs. But science tells a different story, one that shines a light on the humble soybean. Soy isn't just protein. It's a package of health: amino acids to rebuild muscle, isoflavones to protect bones and balance hormones, compounds that improve circulation and reduce inflammation, and nutrients that shield your heart as you age. This is food that Dosan Tea just feeds you. It partners with your body to keep you thriving. I've seen too many people lose their strength in silence, believing it's just a normal part of aging. But weakness and muscle loss are not inevitable. They are signals that can be answered with the right choices. And one of the simplest, most powerful choices you can make is to bring soy into your daily routine. A bowl of edamame, a glass of soy milk, a serving of tofu. Small steps, repeated daily, that create a stronger, healthier, more resilient you. So, the next time you're thinking about protein, don't just reach for eggs. Remember this little bean. Remember what science shows us. And remember that at any age, even after 60, you can give your body the power to rebuild, repair, and thrive. Because aging is not about decline, it's about opportunity. It's about choosing foods that help you write the next chapter of your life with strength, independence, and vitality. And soy, this humble, everyday bean, may just be one of your greatest allies. Take this knowledge with you. Share it with your loved ones. Let food be your medicine. And never forget, your body has the remarkable ability to heal, grow, and thrive when you give it what it truly needs.